Good day to all. So today we are going to see about a one-dimensional bar equation, bar element. So to be solved in FEA method. Okay, a steel bar of length length 800 mm is subjected to an axial load of 3 kilonewton as shown in figure. So find the elongation of the bar with two elements. Okay, here our end point is two elements. Okay, so area is 300 millimeter square and E is 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. So the bar element diagram is given in the right side. Okay, so the first step is what you have to do is we have to convert this representation. Okay, so FE representation, that is called finite element representation. Okay, so let me draw it as a single bar element. Okay, single bar element. So it will be having, so node number 1, 2 and 3. Okay, because we have splitted this bar into two elements. Okay, so 1 to 2 is one element and 2 to 3 is one element, second element. Okay, so this is your finite element representation. Suppose instead of 2, if they asked you to solve with 3 elements, what you have to do is you have to split this bar into 3 elements. Okay, same length. Okay, so node number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so you have to split this into 3 elements. 1 to 2 is one element, 2 to 3 is second element, 3 to 4 is third element. Okay, that is very important. Okay, so they may be asked with 4 element also. Okay, so let us solve with 2 element. Okay, so the given, okay, so this is 400 mm and this is 400 mm. Okay, okay, let us write the given first. Okay, so length of the total length of the element is bar is 800 mm, so that is being splitted into two, LE 400 mm, LE2 400 mm. Okay, okay, so now the area is 300 millimeter square. Young's modulus 2 10 power 5 Newton per millimeter square. So this is what they have given in this problem. Okay, so we know that the general finite element equation can be written as, so force vector equal to K global stiffness matrix into not U and U2, so it is U, so displacement vector U, small u. Okay, so it can be split into U1 and U2, so let us discuss on later. Okay, so first we need to find out the global stiffness matrix. For that we have to find out the stiffness matrix of element 1 and element 2. Okay, let us take it element 1. Okay, first element 1. So we have node 1 and node 2 and the length of the first element is 400 mm. This is what the given. Okay, so K1, we know the formula A1 E1 L1 by L1 into 1 minus 1 minus 1 and 1. So this is the your stiffness matrix formula. Directly we can substitute, right? So area is 300, E is, so this is constant cross sectional area. So wherever you cut the bar, it will be, the area will be constant. Okay, so that is what I mentioned there. Okay, so 300 into 2 into 10 power 5 divided by 400 into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Okay, so if you simplify this, we will get K1 is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power of 5. So that is a simplified form. Okay, 1.5 into 10 power 5. So 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So this is for element 1. Similarly, we have to find out K2, that is for element 2. A2 E2 by LE2, 1 minus 1 and 1. Substitute all these values in this formula. So we will get this 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Okay, so K2 is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power of 5. Again the same value will be coming here, right? So these are all the two element stiffness matrix. Okay, so now we have to assemble these two equations to form a single equation. Okay, that is called global stiffness matrix. Okay, K1 and K2 to find Kg. So that is equal to, so how I am going to assemble, you please listen carefully here. Okay, here we have element 1, that is element 1 will be having node 1 and node 2. Okay, right? So element 1 will be having node 1 and node 2. So the outside of the matrix there is a constant term. Let us directly write here, and we have to form a matrix here by combining these two small matrix. So this is node number 1. So this is for two node element, right? So this is node number 1, this is 2, this is 1 and 2. Okay, similarly for K2. Okay, let us refer the diagram. Okay, K2, that is element 2 is having node number 2 and 3. Okay, element 2 is having node number 2 and 3, so we can directly write here element 2 node 2 and 3, again node 2 and 3. Okay, so this is what we are going to write here, 1 2 and 3. So after assembling this global stiffness matrix, we will be having 3 cross 3 matrix, 1 2 and 3. Okay, first let us corresponding element has to be placed in the correct position. Okay, first 1 and 1, first row first column element, so 1 1. So there is only one element present here, that is called value of 1. So 2 1, so there is another one element, that is called minus 1. So there is no 3 1 in the matrix. Okay, there is no 3 1 in the 2 matrix, so we can write it as 0. Similarly for first column second row matrix, first element minus 1 is there, right? Okay, minus 1. Now, so the important position is here 2 2. So we have 1 here and we have 1 here. So this 1 is present in the both element matrix. Okay, so this is 1 plus 1, we have to write it as 1 plus 1. Similarly 3 2 minus 1 and 1 3, there is no matrix, no element, so we can write it as 0. Similarly for 2 3 minus 1 and 3 3, we have a value of 1. Okay, so now simplify this equation. Kg is equal to 1.5 into 10 power 5. So 1 minus 1 0 minus 1 2 minus 1 0 minus 1 1. Okay, so this is our assembled stiffness matrix, right? Okay, so diagonally it is symmetric matrix, symmetry matrix. Okay, so now we have to find out the displacement vector. Okay, that is u. In general finite element equation we have to find out u. So that can be written as u1 and u2 and u3 because we have only 3 node, right? So for this problem we can directly write it the value of u1 u2 and u3. Okay, so refer the problem again. Okay, let us go to refer the problem at the node number 1. Okay, so at the node number 1 this is completely arrested, so there will not be any displacement there. So you simply put u1 is equal to 0 and u2 and u3 you don't know the value, so directly we can write it the same notation, u2 and u3, 0 u2 and u3. Similarly you have to find out the force matrix. Okay, so that is force matrix equal to f1 f2 and f3. So we have 3 node. Okay, so again we can, if you refer the problem, only third node is subjected to a force of 3 kilonewton. Okay, f1 and f2 there is no force in f1 and f2, so we can directly write it as 0 0 and 3000, right? So this is the force vector. Okay, now we have to substitute all these values, that is displacement, stiffness, force values in FE equation, finite element equation, that is K into U is equal to F. Okay, so directly we can write it. So 1.5 into 10 power 5, so 1 minus 1 0, so minus 1 2 1 minus 1 0 minus 1 1. So this is your stiffness matrix and this is your displacement matrix, 0 u2 u3 and 0 0 3000. So this is the assembled finite element equation. Okay, so now we have advantage of u1 is equal to 0, right? So we can directly omit, because at this value, if you multiply this value, then that definitely that equation will become 0. So directly we can omit. Suppose u1 equal to 0 means we can omit first row and first column. Okay, the similar first row and first column of the stiffness matrix can be omitted. Okay, because if you multiply this again, you will get the same value, same 0 value only. So the remaining thing can be written as like this. Okay, so 1.5 into 10 power 5, the remaining matrix terms 2 minus 1 minus 1 1 and u2 u3 0 3000. Okay, so now directly we can simplify this equation into simultaneous equation. So that will be a easy term, right? So we can write it as 1.5 10 power 5 into 2 u2 minus u3 is equal to 0, and another term 1.5 into 10 power 5 minus u2 plus u3 is equal to 0. So this is your second equation. So if you solve the second two equations, you will directly get the value of displacement at node 2 and node 3. So we can write it as 0.02 millimeter and 0 u3 is equal to 0.04 millimeter. We can solve this by using your calculator. Okay, so finally the result is displacement at node 2, that is u2 is equal to 0.02 mm. Displacement at node 3, that is u3 is equal to 0.04 mm. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this. If you like it, you please share to your friends. Okay, thank you.